This is R.D. Sharma solution, class 11, chapter 30, derivative exercises 30.2. So we have to differentiate each of the following by first principle. So the first question, first part, there are different parts. So fx is 2 by x. How to do this? We'll use first principle. So all the questions, there are multiple questions there are multiple sub questions in the question. So this is the formula which we are going to use. This is the relation which we are going to use in each and every solution. So what you have to do is fx plus h. Wherever you see x, put x plus h. So fx plus h and minus fx and divided by whatever is there, just put it here. Divided by h. Now limit apply. H tends to 0. So what do we do? 2 by x plus h. I am replacing x by x plus h. Minus. Same thing, 2 by x. Same function you have to put here. Divided by h. So what do you get? 2 into x. And here minus. It will be negative. I'll just change it. Minus 2x minus 2h. And then we have h here. And denominator you have x and x plus h. X and x plus h. So what do you do here? Since it is negative, let me just make it negative. It's negative here also negative. So 2x gets cancelled and you have minus 2h by h, x plus h and x. So h you can cancel, you have minus 2 in the numerator. What is in the denominator? X into x plus h. Now limit apply, always apply the limit at the last, which is h equals 0. Every time you have to do this. Minus 2 by x into x, because x plus h is 0, so minus 2 by x square. So just keep in your mind this formula, this relation, this is going to be used everywhere. Now this is 1 by under root x, root of x, 1 by root of x. So we have this fx plus h, that is 1 by under root x plus h minus fx, that is fx is what? It is 1 by root x. Just take 1 by root x and divided by h, fx plus h minus fx by h. So just put it here, multiply, means take the LCM, root x minus here root x plus h and divided by root x and root x plus h. Okay, now multiply it by the RF, rationalization factor, RF you have to multiply. That is root x plus h. Denominator also you root x plus x plus h. So a minus b, a plus b. So a squared minus b squared it will be. So you have a under root x whole square is only x minus under root x plus h whole square is x plus h, and this will remain. So let us take the numerator first. X you can cancel because it will be x minus h. Only minus h will remain. What about the denominator? You have root x and root x plus h. Root x plus h, and here just put h as 0 because you have two things here and one has come from the RF. Just put h equals 0 because there is h which cancels the numerator h. As I said, this h in the denominator I am going to take it at the last. Will always be used at the later part. So this h gets cancelled. You have this minus 1. So just put minus 1. And this h0, this h0. So this is root x and multiplied by this has also become root x, and then we have this root x plus root x, that is 2 root x. So root x into root x into root x, this is root x is x, and 1 root x will remain. So 1 by 2x root x minus 1 by 2x root x. So what is this x root x? Now you can just change it also. This is x raised 1, this is x raised 1 by 2. 1 plus 1 by half, the power adds. 1 plus half is 2 by 3. That's 2 by 3. 3 by 2. So it will become x raised 3 by 2. So x raised 3 by 2 when you take it up, because it is in the denominator. When you take it in the numerator, it will be x raised minus 3 by 2. So you get minus half x raised minus 3 by 2. Now the third one is 1 by x cube. 1 by x cube. So as I said, there are 15 parts of first question only, 15. So fx is here 1 by x cube. 1 by x cube is fx. So just put it here, 1 by x plus h whole cube minus 1 by x cube divided by h. Divided by h we will take at the last. So now just take the LCM, x cube minus x plus h whole cube divided by x cube and x plus h whole cube. Okay. So now this a cube minus b cube we are going to use. A cube minus b cube. What is a cube minus b cube? You have to use this formula. So just open this. Either you can use a cube minus b cube formula, or you can use this opening also. We'll see one question where we'll open it using the formula. Here I am just opening x plus h whole cube. That is a cube plus b cube plus 3ab a plus b. A cube plus b cube plus 3ab a plus b. But it would have been a plus b whole cube. So this I'm just opening it negative. So x cube gets cancelled. All the other items or terms will be negative. All the other terms will be negative. So we have minus h cube, and I'm just opening it. It will be minus 3x square h and minus 3x h square. Minus 3x h square. So this has come 3x h square. Okay. Now you take h common from all these terms. So what will be there? Minus h squared minus 3x square and minus 3x. So h we have taken common. As I said, we will use h later. So there is already an h in the denominator. Now this h gets cancelled, and now what we have, just put h as 0. And we have in this denominator x cube and x plus h whole cube. X cube and x plus h whole cube. Okay. So this now, as I said, just put h as 0. Limit h, wherever h is there, put h as 0. Okay, this is 0, this is 0, this one will be 0. So only minus 3x square will remain in the numerator, and x cube will be x raised 5, x raised 6. Cube 3 is 6. Now this is x to the power minus 6 when you go up, x2 and x minus 6, 2 minus 6 is minus 4. So minus 3 x raised minus 4 will come. Now next is the fourth one. This is a NCERT question. This is a NCERT question. So you have x square plus 1 by x. This is the question, x square plus 1 by x. Now what we will do, x plus h means fx plus h. X plus h whole square plus 1 by x plus h, and minus the same function you are going to use without any change, x square plus 1 by x. And then we have divided by h, but h we will use later. Now the best thing is, open this x plus h whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab formula you apply, x square plus h square plus 2hx, and then you have plus 1 also. Now I am multiplying it, so means taking LCM, minus x square plus 1 into x plus h. So we will have to multiply this x square plus 1 and x plus h also. Denominator you have x and x plus h. Denominator you have x and x plus h. So this you multiply x cube, x h square, 2x square h and x. This comes, and here you have to multiply also. So x cube and x into 1 is x plus x minus hx square and plus h. Now just open this. That is, you have to, when you open the negative, it will all be negative. So this is minus hx square and minus, I'm just showing it here only so that I can show you that what gets cancelled. And let me show you here only. So what all are going to cancel? X cube and x cube get cancelled. Then 2x square h and minus x square h will be x square h, because they are subtract them, you can just subtract them. And what about this h? H will remain, x square h will also remain, that is only x square h, and you have h square x. Other x cube gets cancelled, x get cancelled. So now when this cancel, now you have in the denominator x and x plus h, and as I said, h was already there. H I use always later part. So now I am taking h common from here. It will be x square plus hx minus 1, and h was already there. When we apply the first principle, always h will be the denominator. So you have h in the denominator. Okay, h gets cancelled now. We have taken h already common from the numerator. So we have what in the numerator, that is denominator, x and x plus h. So here x and x plus h. Now this h0, so this goes, only x square minus 1 will remain, and denominator you have x and x square will remain. This is the final result. Now fifth, this is x square minus 1 by x. So fourth and fifth are absolutely similar, only with a change in plus and minus sign. So we have to do exactly the same way we have just done the NCERT question. So let me show you here only. Okay, fx plus h, that is x plus h whole square minus 1 by x plus h, put x as x plus h. Then you have fx already here, and you divided by h. H will use, we may use later. Okay, now this is just take the LCM, opening x plus h whole square. Open x plus h whole square and take the LCM. And then x into x square plus 2xh plus h square minus 1, multiply this. Then you have here x plus h into x square minus 1. Then denominator you have x and x plus h, x and x plus h, x and x plus h. So what all going to cancel? X cube get cancelled. You have 2x square h minus x square h is h square x will remain, h will remain, x also gets cancelled. Okay, so x plus h. Now we can take h common from here, and since we have a denominator already here, h from the first principle, this gets cancelled. Now put h as 0. Wherever h is there, just forget about that term. We have x square plus 1 by x square, and x square plus 1 by x square. This is the final result. Now sixth one is x plus 1 by x plus 2. Watch this question very carefully, because the next question and the final 15th question is absolutely similar to this. So x plus 1 by x plus 2, this just put x plus h everywhere and then subtract it with the actual function fx plus h minus fx divided by h. Now take the LCM, that is multiply here, this by this, and then multiply the denominator also. So x plus h plus 1 into x plus 2 and x plus h plus 2 into x plus 1, subtract them, just multiply them and open them. You have in the denominator x plus h plus 2 and x plus 2. So what do you do here? X square gets cancelled, 2x gets cancelled, hx gets cancelled, everything is getting cancelled, 2 gets cancelled. Only 2h minus h, which is h, only that will remain. 2h minus h will remain. So only this h will be in the numerator. And why this is good for us? Because h is in the denominator already. So h, you can just cancel it out. Denominator you have x plus h plus 2 and x plus 2. This is only what you get. Okay. Now we have the seventh one. Same thing as I said, fx plus h minus fx by h. This is what you have to do. And as I said, this question and 15th question will also be like this only. So just put x plus h, fx plus h, and you have minus fx by h. What you have to do is just take the LCM, x plus h plus 2 into 3x plus 5 first, subtract it with x plus 2 into 3x plus h plus 5, this, and then you have h in the denominator. So just multiply this will come, multiplying this will come, and see whatever is cancelling or not cancelling, and what you will see is everything gets cancelled except 5h minus 6h. Only the h term will be there, otherwise all other term gets cancelled. I'm just pointing 10 gets cancelled, which all 5h and minus 6h will only give you minus h. Other terms that cancel. So minus h you have. So minus h gets cancelled because h was already there in the denominator. So only minus 1 will remain in the numerator. What about 3x plus 3x plus 3h plus 5 and 3x plus 5? When you put h as 0, 3x plus 5, 3x plus 5 is 3x plus 5 whole square, minus 1 by 3x plus 5 whole square. And this is the 8th one, kx raise n. So you have fx plus h minus fx by h. What is fx? Kx raise n. So we have kx plus h to the power n minus kx to the power n divided by h. Now k you can take outside. H we will use just now with a form, with a relation which we already seen. So this k by h, and now we have x plus h to the power n and x to the power n. Now you have the denominator h. So how to write this h? While deriving this, we have done it already. So what we'll do, x plus h minus x we can write in place of h, because x gets cancelled, only h will remain. So x plus h minus x, what are you going to get? You'll get only h. So this is what? X to the power n minus a to the power n divided by x to the power n minus a to the power n by x minus a. So what is this? N a to the power n minus 1. Okay? N a to the power n minus 1. So this can be written as n a to the power n minus 1. N is already n here. So just put in n here. What is a here? X. A is x. So this x to the power n minus 1. Then we have k was already there. So k n x to the power n minus 1 is going to be the result. K n x to the power n minus 1. K n x to the power n minus 1. Okay. Now next one is question number 9. First part, 9th part. So 1 by under root 3 minus x. This type of question, you know what you have to do, and just use the RF, rationalization factor. So I'll show it to you here only, because this type of question we've already done, a type of 1 by root x. So 1 by under root 3 minus x minus h, and they have minus 1 by under root 3 minus x divided by h. So take the LCM, under root 3 minus x minus under root 3 minus x minus h, and divided by multiplication of these two into h. So this is a minus b, assume it to be a minus b, so multiply it by a plus b, that will be the RF. So a plus numerator denominator, same term with the positive sign, multiply in numerator and denominator. Now a minus b, a plus b will give you out a squared minus b squared. A minus b, a plus b will give you out a squared minus b squared. So 3 minus x minus 3 plus x plus h, because there is a negative and we just opened it. There is a negative, we just opened it. Okay, what do you get? Numerator, everything gets cancelled, only h will remain. So this RF is in the denominator remains, and this also, when we took the LCM, this also remained. So when you see here, this h, if you see numerator, 3 gets cancelled, x gets cancelled, only h will remain. And h is already there in the denominator, so just cancel this h. You have this whole, and only thing you have to do is put h everywhere now. Put h everywhere. So h, denominator you have under root 3 minus x, under root 3 minus x, under root gets cancelled, only 3 minus x will come. And then you have under root 3 minus x will come. And then we have under root 3 minus x plus under root 3 minus x. That is 2 root under root 3 minus x. So you have 2 root 3 minus x, or also 3 minus x. So 1 by x, 2 root x type question we have already done. So let us assume it to be x, then we'll see. So you can just write it as 2x under root x. Either you can do like this, 2x under root x. And what is this? X. This x raised minus 3 by 2, because one is x, one is x raised 1 by 2. So this, either you can write like this or half. 3 minus x raised to the power 3 by 2. Denominator also you can put 1 by 2, 3 minus x raised 3 by 2. Okay, 10th now. X square plus x plus 3. X square plus x plus 3. So what you'll do, this is fxu. So fx plus h minus fx you have to do. So just put x as x plus h. So x plus h whole square plus x plus h plus 3 minus x square plus x plus 3. Now just open it and take the negative sign, because when you open it will all be negative sign. Okay, now just cancel everything which you can cancel. X square cancelled, xs gets cancelled, and this h square and h square will remain, 2xh will remain, and h will remain. Other things gets cancelled. Denominator you have h. So when you take h common from here, denominator h gets cancelled. Only h plus 2x plus 1 will remain. Now put h as 0, 2x plus 1 will be the answer. Now the 11th one, x plus 2 whole cube. X plus 2 whole cube. So now a cube minus b cube formula we are going to use here. So this is x plus h plus 2 whole cube minus x plus 2 whole cube divided by h. So how it has come? Fx plus h minus fx by h. So x plus h plus 2 whole cube minus this whole term x plus 2 whole cube divided by h. Now a cube minus b cube formula you can use, right? Because you know that this x plus h plus 2 and x plus 2, if you take the a minus b, most of the thing gets cancelled. That is why you are going to use a cube minus b cube. So a cube minus b cube is, this is a and this is b, a minus b and a square plus b square plus ab, a square plus b square plus ab. So a is x plus h plus 2, b is x plus 2. Now root 2 gets cancelled, x gets cancelled. You have h can be cancelled out. Now whatever is remaining, don't worry, only put h as 0, because only h has to be made 0. So you have x plus 2 whole square, then you have, this is also h is 0, so x plus 2 whole square. This x plus 2 whole square was already there. So x plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2 whole square means all these 3 into x plus 2 whole square. 3 into x plus 2 whole square. Now the 12th one, x cube plus 4x square plus 3x plus 2. X cube plus 4x square plus 3x plus 2. Now x plus h whole, fx plus h minus fx by h. So just take it here. Now you know this x plus h whole cube. So just open this. You know a plus b whole cube, you know a plus b whole square. Just open this. And the solution is in front of you. I'm just not doing it one by one, because this quite a type of question we have already done. Just cancel these which are being cancelled. X cube get cancelled, 3x square h remain, 3x h square remain. Then we have 4h square also remain, 8xh also remain, 3h remain, and 2 will not remain. 2 gets cancelled. So there is a addition of 2 which is wrong. I'm just going to change it. And all those terms, in this type of question you will always see that this whatever term is remaining, you can always take h common. If this plus 2 is there, you cannot take h common. So how to solve this? So there will not be any question like this. So you can very well be rest assured that this 2 gets cancelled and you don't have a 2 here. I'll just cancel it. Okay. Now what do you do here? 3x square h, 3x square plus h cube plus 4h square plus 8xh plus 3h, and this is not there, so we take h common from here. So when you take h common, h is already in the denominator, h gets cancelled. So what do you get? This term, and now put h as 0. This 0, this 0, this 0, 3x square plus 8x plus 3 will come. Only 3x square plus 8x plus 3 is going to come. Now x square plus 1 and x minus 5. X square plus 1 and x minus 5. And first thing is multiply these two. Rather than doing with these two terms differently, just multiply them, these two terms, multiply them and then use it. So we have fx plus h, that is, just multiply this and then see fx plus h, multiply this. So x cube minus 5x square plus x minus 5. Now put fx plus h minus fx. So fx plus h minus fx. So now you just open this. I hope you will be able to do a plus b whole cube, a plus b whole square, you know already. And when you take this negative outside, means negative sign is there, just open this and put everywhere change this sign. So what do you see? X cube get cancelled, 3x square h will remain, 3x h square will remain, h cube will remain, minus 5h square will remain, minus 10x h will remain, x gets cancelled and h will remain. This will be the final result. Just put h0. Now this is the 14th one. So under root 2x square, fx is under root 2x square plus 1. Okay, put x as x plus h. 2x plus h whole square plus 1, take under root and minus 2x square plus 1. So this is fx plus h divided by fx plus h minus fx by h. So this is a minus b, so take the a plus b multiply numerator denominator, that is the RF. So multiply numerator denominator. So when you multiply numerator denominator, this is root, so a square minus b square, root will be eliminated. So this, it will be negative also, so we'll change the sign also. Just change the sign, and denominator doesn't matter because ultimately we will put h as 0. So what gets cancelled? 2x square gets cancelled, 1 gets cancelled, only 2h square and 4xh will remain. So 2h square and 4xh, you can take h common, 2h plus 4x will come. So h is already there. So 2h plus 4x, h gets cancelled. 2h plus 4x, and whatever is in the denominator, don't worry, we'll put h as 0. So this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So you have 4x here and here under root 2x plus 1 and under root 2x square plus 1. That is 2 under root 2x square. And you have 4x in the numerator, so 2 gets cancelled. You have 2x by under root 2x square plus 1 will come. As I'm saying, 4x by 2 under root 2x square plus 1. Now the 15th question of the first question of 13.2. So all these questions which are coming of this exercise have multiple subparts in a question. Okay, so you have this 2x plus 3 divided by x minus 2, and this is your what? This fx. So fx plus h minus fx by h you are going to do. Fx plus h minus fx by h. Multiply this, and cross, and then the denominator. And now just open this, multiply, and you see whatever is coming, and you will be happy to know that most of the thing gets cancelled when you open this. All these terms that gets cancelled, only minus 4h and minus 3h will become minus 7h. Minus 4h and minus 3h will give you minus 7h. All terms gets cancelled. All terms gets cancelled. Right? And what is in the denominator? You have h already in the denominator, since we have minus 7h in the numerator. And you have x plus h minus 2 and x minus 2. So h gets cancelled. This gets cancelled. You just put this as 0. So x minus 2 is x minus 2 whole square. So minus 7 by x minus 2 whole square, and this is going to be the final result. This is question number 2, and we have to solve it using the differentiation by first principle. So first one is e raised minus x. So that will be fx plus h minus fx by h. So wherever we have x, put x plus h first. Then the original, that is e to the power x, has to be put in here, and then divide by h. Every time you have to do this only. And then we'll try to eliminate the h, or we'll try to make some value, some expression that we already know what is the result if we apply the limit. So fx is given as e raised minus x, negative x. So what we will do? Fx plus h, that is put x as x plus h first, minus x plus h, minus fx, that is e raised minus x, and division by h. And this will be limit h tends to 0. So I'm not writing that right now. Just e raised minus x plus h can be written as c. If e m plus n is there, you can write em dot en. The power, raised power adds. So e minus x you can take common now, e raised minus h minus h. So you have a h here, put minus 1 and multiply numerator also by minus 1 because we have introduced this minus 1. Now this you see, e raised theta minus 1 by theta. So limit h tends to 0. E raised minus x is constant, so you can just take it outside. So e ki power theta or y or anything minus 1 by that y or theta or something, and that thing tends to 0 will be 1. So this is going to be 1, only minus 1 remains, and e raised minus x will remain. Now d by dx, fx, and fx is e raised 3x. So all the questions of this part, that is the second part of exercise 30.2, are e raised power. So e raise 3x. So just put x as x plus h. So e raise 3x plus h minus e raise, that is 3x, and divided by h. Limit h tending to 0. So this becomes e raise 3x plus 3h. So e raise 3x dot e raise 3h minus e raise 3x, and e raise 3x you can take common. E raise 3h minus 1 will come. H is already there in the below. 3 multiply numerator denominator, and now limit h tends to 0. This becomes e raise x minus 1 by x. So that will be e raise theta minus theta, e raise minus theta minus 1 by theta. Limit theta tends to 0 is 1. So only 3 e raise 3x will remain. Third one is e raise ax plus b. So fx plus h, fx is e raise ax plus b. So first you have to do x as x plus h, means put x as x plus h. A, this is x plus h, and plus b also, I'll just include it just now. And e raise ax plus b by h. So e raise ax plus h plus b minus e raise ax plus b by h, and limit h tending to 0. Limit h tending to 0. What do you get? E raise, this is ax plus ah plus b, and minus, oh, this also you can write it as ax plus b plus ah. Okay. You can write this like this only, just to make it equivalent to the other one, that is e raise ax plus b. Now this can be written as e raise ax plus b dot e raise ah minus e raise ax plus b. So e raise ax plus b you can take common, e raise ax plus b, and what is inside? E raise ah minus 1 by h. So ah is there, you need to include this a also. Limit h tending to 0. So a multiply a here also, just to make it ah. Now this from here to here is going to be 1, you know already. So e raise ax plus b into a is the final answer here. Fourth one, x e raise x is the fx. So first principle, put x as x plus h, e raise x plus h minus, this is x e raise x, and divided by h, and limit h tends to 0. This is the first principle I have applied. So numerator you can write this as x plus h, and this can be changed to ex dot e raise h. Powers add up if these bases are same, minus x ex. So if you want to take common, you can take common, or rather you can do one thing, you can first multiply and take common. So both ways it is possible. Let us see, if I do this e raise x, so what I'm going to get inside? Am I going to get something inside worth x plus h e raise h minus x? So I'm not getting that much help from doing this. So better is to multiply this x plus h with ex eh. Multiply this now. So what do you get? X e raise h plus h e raise x e raise h minus x e raise x, and this is divided by h. I am doing h later. First take these two, first and third one. So I am taking now x ex from here, first and third. So x e raise x, what is going to be inside? E raise h minus 1, and the other one is h e raise x e raise h. Now h was already there, so you can divide now. Divide by h. Now apply the limit. When you apply the limit, h gets cancelled here. First of all, limit e raise h minus 1 by h. This is going to be 1. This is going to be 1. We have already seen this. So only x e raise x will remain. This x e raise x will remain. This is 1. Now e raise x, now e raise h. Now put h as 0. Anything to the power 0 will always be 1. Anything to be power 0 is 1. So we have 1 here. So now here you can take ex common from here and x plus 1. This is the final answer. Well, you can put it like this only. Okay. Now fifth one. This is x, this is x square, see it's x square e raise x. So almost same thing we have to do, same thing we have to do. So what we will do here is, I'll do it with the first principle, x plus h whole square e raise x plus h, wherever x is there put x plus h, minus this is x square e raise x, x square e raise x and divided by h, and just multiply this, divided by h I'll use later. This is x square plus h square plus 2xh, and this is e raise x dot e raise h, and multiply this, x square e raise x e h plus h square e raise x e raise h, and 2xh h e raise x e raise h minus x square e raise x. Okay, so are we able to take something common? Yes, e raise h minus 1 by h will form. How? See, this one x square e raise x e raise h and x square e x. This x square, last one, first and last, you can take from this x square e raise x common. So x square e raise x common, and then you have e raise h here and here minus 1, and you can always divide by h because h was already there. First principle, h is always in the denominator. Now what all else is remaining? This h square e raise x e raise h, and you have h here, so you can cancel h. Then you have 2x h e x e raise x e raise h. So this is one. When you apply the limit, x square e x will remain. Here h and h gets cancelled, but since h is there, limit h tends to 0, so this is whole going to be 0. H gets cancelled, 2x e raise x e raise h. So 2x e raise x, and e raise h was already there, and when you put h as 0, e raise 0 is 1. As I suggested you earlier, anything to the power 0 is 1. So e raise power 0 is 1. So it is going to be only 2x e raise x. Okay, ex, x square plus 2x, this is going to be the answer. I am taking ex outside. Okay. Now the next question is sixth one. Fx is given as e raise x raised to ex square plus 1. So ex square plus 1, so just make it ex plus h whole square plus 1 minus e raise x square plus 1, fx plus h minus fx, and divided by h. So divided by h I'll use later. First let us solve this. This is limit h tends to 0 by h. So let us take this one. So what we'll do, we'll just open it. A plus b whole square. So x square plus h square plus 2xh. Then you have plus 1 already here. And minus ex square plus 1. So you need ex square plus 1 from the first term. So just separate them. We need ex square plus 1. So x square plus 1 will take ex square plus 1. And then the remaining is h square plus 2hx. So you can have e square, e to the power h square plus 2xh. So now you can take h common from here also, second term. So h plus 2x will remain. So why I am doing this, you just know. So e raise, this is e raise h plus 2x. Okay. Now we have got e raise x square plus 1 which we wanted, minus e x square plus 1. So we'll take this e raise x square plus 1 common from here. So e raise x square plus 1 common, and inside this we have e raise h into h plus 2x, and then we have minus 1 because we have already taken this outside, and divided by h. Okay. So if you see here, this is h plus 2x. So we need h plus 2x in the denominator because we need to apply the formula or the theorem we had. So h plus 2x in the numerator, denominator we have to multiply. Now if you see this e raise theta minus 1 by theta, limit theta tends to 0 form, it has come. So this is theta, e raise theta minus 1 by theta, limit theta tends to 0 equals 1. So this becomes 1. Okay. So e raise x square plus 1 is remaining, and this will remain. What about this is going to be 1, and this is going to be h, apply h as 0, only 2x will remain. 2x into e raised x square plus 1, this will come. Now 7th, e raised under root 2x. E raised under root 2x, fx is given as e raised under root 2x. So we will apply the first principle, e raised under root 2x plus h minus e raised under root, this I am writing, minus e raised under root 2x by h. Limit h tends to 0 divided by h. You can assume that I have put in. Let us go with the first one. First means the numerator. So what is the approach here? We have h in the denominator, so we have to use it. So we cannot defer it for the last, but we need to use it here only. I am going to take e raised under root 2x common from here. E raised under root 2x. And whatever is coming in the denominator, will make it as the denominator. So we will do what? There is h in the denominator. So h is here. Now what we can do here is h, and we need 2x plus this 2x plus h in the numerator. So 2 multiply, 2 divide. I am adding 2x and subtracting 2x now, so that I can get 2x plus h, 2x plus 2h. We need this. 2x plus h, that is 2x plus 2h. We need this. That is why we made this h such that we have this 2x plus 2h. Okay. Now from where it has come and why it is important? Still the whole work is not done, because it is still under root. So we'll take under root and make it as a square. And this 2x also make under root and square, so that it equates, or it is seen like what it is above. So a square minus b square, it is formula. A is under root 2x plus 2h, b is under root 2x. So a square minus b square is what? A minus b, a plus b. A minus b, a plus b. So you can write this as 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x and under root 2x plus 2h, under root 2x plus 2h. Please see here, a square minus b square I am writing. So 2 is already there. E raised under root 2x plus 2h under root here, and then we have minus e raised under root 2x, and this divided by, now I am writing a minus b, a plus b. This is under root 2x plus h, 2x plus 2h, minus under root 2x, and then we have this as plus, under root 2x plus 2h, plus under root 2x, plus under root 2x. So a minus b, a plus b for a squared minus b squared. Now we'll deal the numerator in such a way so that we get under root 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x. How do we do this? We can take e raised under root 2x outside, as I suggested you earlier. E raised under root 2x. So now I am showing it here. E raised under root 2x. So this will be 1, because you have already taken it count. What this will be? E raised under root 2x plus 2h divided by e raised under root 2h, 2x, because we have taken this constant common. Now if this goes up, you know, x to the power a by x to the power b becomes x to the power a minus b. Same thing we are going to do. E raised to h, 2x, I am saying h again, so it is under root 2x, under root 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x, and then you have minus 1 also. So this you have got, and this is what we have in the denominator as well. So 2 is already there, 2 is already there. Now let us write this as e raised under root 2x, and then this one, e raised 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x. We are writing it like this, 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x, and this is there, and this I am taking with this one, under root 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x. So you have under root, one more thing is remaining, minus 1 is also there. Okay. So minus 1 is also there. Let me just put it here, and then this one, and the other term I am taking, the denominator other time will take later. So this is under root 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x, under 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x, this whole. So what do you get? e raised theta minus 1 by theta form. We have replaced this. Now this is done. This is 1 by. This will deal later. I'll just tell you what we have to do here. First, let us see this. 2 e raised under root 2x, and this is e raised theta minus 1 by theta. Same thing. We can assume it to be e raised theta minus 1 by theta, or e raised y minus 1 by y. Okay, equals 1. So this is going to be 1. This whole is going to be 1. 2 dot e raised under root 2x, and this is going to be 1. And what about this under root? I'll take it later. I told you. Now just apply the limit. H is 0. 2h is 0. Under root 2x and under root 2x will come. That is 2 under root 2x will come. 2 under root 2x. 2 gets cancelled. You have e raised under root 2x divided by under root 2x. This is the final answer. Now the 8th one. See, 8th and 9th, they are almost similar. It was similar to the 7th one. So I'll show it here only. So we have ax. This is fx plus h minus fx by h. So wherever x is there, just put x plus h. So ax plus ah plus b will come. And this whole will remain here, fx. Now what you will do? You have to make this h similar to what we have done in the previous question. So h, I am writing it as h. So you have ax plus ah plus b. So you just add this. A add here, multiply here. And then assume it to be k. So I am just putting it like k. Just not to write it again. So ax plus ah plus b. Ax you have to add, so subtract also. And ah you have, then b also is there, so you add and subtract b. So that it looks like what we have in the numerator. So now we have this term. Now since we have under root, we cannot just put it like this. It's under root. Now we'll take e raised under root ax plus b common. Similar to e under root 2x which we have just taken in the previous question. So what will there? E under root ax plus b when we take outside, it will be e under root ax plus ah plus b minus under root ax plus b, and 1 will remain here, minus 1. Okay. So e under root ax plus ah plus b when we take e under root ax plus b common, so this will be the term. Now still it is not coming because it is the denominator we have ax plus ah plus b, but we need under root. So you take under root and make it square. A square minus b square. Now a minus b, a plus b, just put it here. This is a and b. Assume it to be a and b, a square minus b square. So a minus b, a plus b. Now this one and this one, this one and this one. And this is again becoming e raised theta minus 1 by theta. See, this one, this with this one, and 1 with the other one. A was already there. E under root ax plus b was already there. Then you have this e, this term, whole term, divided by this same term, minus 1. So e की power x minus 1 by x form. So limit h tends to 0. This is going to be 1. Same as previous question. Here 1 by, now limit h tends to 0. This is 0. So ax plus b, under root ax plus b twice. This is under root ax plus b, under root ax plus b because h is 0 we are putting. So we have 1 by 2 under root ax plus b. So this is already there. E under root ax plus b and divided by 2 under root ax plus b. If you understood this, this will not be a problem. And the next question which is coming also will not be a problem. Only there log a will come. I'll just show you. Okay, this is here we have a raised under root x. It is not e raised, it's a raised under root x. Fx is given as a raised under root x. Okay. So what we are going to do here is fx plus h minus fx by h. So a raised under root x plus h minus a under root x by h. Now you can first of all make this h. A under root x first let us do, and a under root x I am taking common. So here a under root x plus h, I'll just show you here. A under root x plus h minus a by under root x, a raised under root x, a under root x we are taking common. This will be a under root x plus h by a under root x minus 1. This goes up because a under root x, this goes up and with the subtraction sign. power gets subtracted, a under root x plus h minus under root x minus 1. And then we have h. So how to write this h? This is x plus h minus x, you can read. H is there, so add x and subtract x. It will be x plus h minus x. This one. Okay. So this x plus h minus x, we can take the root and square it, so that it equates to what we have in the numerator. So under root x plus h whole square minus under root x square, this is a square minus b square formula. A minus b plus b, you can just expand it. A square minus b square is a minus b, a plus b. This is a raise this whole. So this is, say, x or theta. A raise x minus 1 by x. So limit h tends to 0, or you can x tends to 0 or theta tends to 0, whichever way you want. This is log a. So this whole will become log a. So this one will be log a. Base is e. A under root x was already there. What about this one? You put h as 0. Apply limit also here. H is 0. So you have under root x under root x. That is 2 under root x it will come. So 2 under root x will come. So final will be a under root x log a by 2 under root x. Final answer is this. Again, if you understood the previous two, you will be able to understand this one also. Now we have 10th as 3 raise x square. Fx is 3 raise x square. So if you remember, this question we have already done a question like this, e raise x square plus 1. The sixth question, the first question we started just now. Okay, sixth question. So same thing we are going to do like this. If you want, you can just refer to it also, but I'm going to show you here only. Wherever x is there, put x plus h. So 3 raise x plus h whole square, this is fx plus h, minus fx. So 3 raise x square by h. So x plus h whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab, so h square plus h square plus 2xh. Now 3x square you can just take common. So when you take 3x square common, I'll just show you here. So when you take 3x square common, you have x square if you take common. Here 1 will remain, minus 1. And from here 3x square plus 2xh plus h square divided by 3x square will come. xh plus h square divided by 3x square. X square goes up. 3x square plus 2xh plus h square minus x square gets cancelled. So you have 3 raised 2xh plus h square. So you can take h common. H plus 2x will come. So you have here 3 raised h and h plus 2x. So 3 raised h and h plus 2x you need in the denominator as well. So what you have in the denominator? This 3 raised x square will be in the numerator. Now we have h here. So you have to have a h plus 2x. So multiply h plus 2x here, and you have to multiply h plus 2x here also. So this whole, just assume it to be a. So a raise x minus 1 by x. What this will be? If x tends to 0, this is going to be log a base e. This is going to be log 3. Now apply the limit. H tends to 0. So it will be log, this is a. Log base e is 3. 3x square was already there. Now coming to the h plus 2x which we have included by ourselves. H is 0. H plus 2x is there. H is 0. So only 2x will remain. Now 2x you can bring to the front. This is 2x into 3 raised x square and log 3. This is the final answer. Now we are taking question number 3, and in this question number 3 there are around 9 subparts here, and mostly questions are almost similar. So first question you have to understand it very well so that you understand all others for sure. So fx plus h minus fx by h, this is what d by dx or first principle differentiation means. Okay, so we have fx plus h minus fx by h. This is what is important that we have to apply everywhere here. Just put x as x plus h, put here, then you put x, that is fx is already there. So let me take you to the actual question here, which is fx equals, so fx equals x sin x, this is x sin x. Okay, now this x sin x, now just see this, I am going to put x as x plus h here, x as x plus h here, that is fx plus h, and same function you have to write here for in place of fx. Now this is sin a plus b, so sin a plus b means sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. So this is the formula we are going to use. Now multiply it with x, multiply it with h, that means you have to multiply these two terms, x plus h and the sin cos term. Now x sin x is already there. Now what do you get here? Okay, so this, how do we get something which we solve, or which we have a formula to work upon? So here always remember this x sin x cos h is there, and there is one more thing which is minus x sin x. Now we take x sin x common from here, that is this has come after multiplication. Now you have this x sin x. So what we are doing here, we are taking this x sin x cos h and x sin x or minus x sin x, we are taking x sin x common. So cos h minus 1 will come, cos h minus 1 will come, and then what we have here, this x cos x, this x cos x is there, sin h is there, so we are everything h is divisor, so h will come everywhere. X cos x we are taking outside, and then sin h by h. Okay, sin h by h will come. So this also done. Now we have next term which is h sin x cos x, h sin x cos h. Okay, now again the h division, so h gets cancelled. Now here h cos x sin h. Now divided by h, so h also gets cancelled. Right? So this twice it is being written, minus x sin s, minus x sin s, just assume it to be once. So just eliminate this, ignore it. There is one only minus x sin x. Now when you see, let us start with the smaller ones. If you see here, this is sin h. So sin h is sin 0. So sin 0 is 0. So whole term will become 0. So this term will become 0. Okay. Now this is cos h. Cos 0 is what? Cos 0 is 1. So sin x will come only. Now sin h by h. Sin h by h, limit h tends to 0. Sin h by h is 1. So only x cos x will remain. So finally you will get x cos x plus sin x. Now coming to the first term. Now you have to see it very carefully, because every question contains this one. So this cos h minus 1 will be 2 sin square h by 2. This is minus 2 sin square h by 2. And in the denominator you already have a h. We already have a h here. So you need h square by 4 because it is sin h by 2 whole square. So you already have a h. So you have h by 4, h square by 4, and then you have h by 4 that you have to include, so that this gets cancelled, the denominator you have included. So minus 2 into h by 4 will come, that is minus h by 2 will come. So minus h by 2. Okay. Now x sin x, when you apply the limit, h is 0. So first term will go, only x cos x plus sin x will come. So only this x cos x plus sin x is going to come. Okay. So this all first and last term will be 0, x cos x plus sin x will come. All other questions have this kind of scenario. So you need to be very careful what I just told you. Okay. Now second is, this is almost the copy of what we did. This is x cos x. So x cos x, same thing we have to do, fx plus h. Wherever x is there, just replace it by x plus h. So x plus h cos x plus h, and minus x cos x, and divided by h. So cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. So multiply, you have to multiply these two terms, and you multiply this, you have minus x cos x already there. So the first term is x cos x and the last term. So you have to take x cos x from first and last term. So cos h minus 1 will come, and you know what we did, it will be 0. This whole term will be 0 eventually. Now second term is minus x sin x, x sin x sin h divided by h. Now apply the limit. Now h cos x cos h by h. So when we have h, so divided by h, only cos x. Now limit h tends to 0, cos h. Then you have this h sin x sin h. Now divided by h, so h will go. Now limit x tends to 0, sin h. Now this sin 0 will be 0, sin 0 is 0, and this cos 0 is 1, so cos x will remain. Here sin h by h will be 1, x sin x will remain. So you have x sin x minus x sin x and cos x, this will become 0. And I told you that this is going to be 0. We already saw in the first question. And almost every question this is going to come. So just assume that it is going to be 0. So minus 2 sin square h by 2, you need h square by 4, h was already there, you had h by 4, so you have to have h by 4 here also. This whole is going to be equal to 1 because it is sin h by 2 whole square, it's limit. Now h is already there, so whole term will be 0. So what will be remaining? Cos x minus x sin x, that is minus x sin x plus cos x. Now the third one here is sin 2x minus 3. Sin 2x minus 3. So here also we have to do the same thing. Sin 2x minus 3. Just put x as x plus h. So sin 2x plus 2h minus 3. So 2x plus 2h minus 3. And then we have sin 2x minus 3. Okay. Sin c minus sin d. So this is sin c minus sin d. So sin 2 cos c plus d by 2, sin c minus d by 2. When you, the c plus d by 2 and c minus d by 2. Because sin c minus sin d we can use. Now what do you see here? So you have 4x and minus 6 plus 2h. So 4x plus 2h minus 6 by 2. Now here it will be cancelled. So you have 2x plus 2h minus 3 minus 2x plus 3 will come. Let me write it here, 2x plus 2h minus 3 and minus 2x plus 3. So 3 gets cancelled, 2h gets cancelled, only 2x will remain, 2x gets cancelled. So you have 2h only. So 2h by 2 is h, so you will have sin h from here. So sin h will remain only, 2h by 2 is eventually sin h. Now if you see sin h and denominator also you have h. So sin h by h, this sin h by h is, now we are ready to apply. So sin h by h, you don't have to do it because h is already there with the denominator. You don't need to divide and multiply because you already have h. So sin h by h is going to be 1, limit, only 2 cos 4x plus 2h minus 6 by 2 will come. Now you apply everything we have devised now, only this will remain. 4x plus 2h minus 6, so apply this here, 2h is 0, 4x minus 6 by 2, so 2 take common, 2 to cancel, 2x minus 3. So you have 2 cos 2x minus 3. 2 cos 2x minus 3 will come. Now fourth one also it will take time, so I am going to tell you here only. And wherever this under root will come, all the questions, one more question, 8th question is like this. Wherever this under root will come, please remember you have to apply what? You have to apply the RF, rationalization factor. So what is fx plus h minus fx by h? So fx is this one, under root sin 2x. fx is under root sin 2x. Now apply, take x as x plus h. So sin 2x plus 2h minus under root sin 2x by h. Now as I said, we can do nothing from here until unless we apply the RF. So take plus and multiply numerator denominator. Now this will be a minus b, a plus b. So it will be a square minus b square. So sin 2x plus 2h minus sin 2x will come. Denominator, don't worry about this. Denominator will never hamper your solution. Now sin c minus sin d you can apply here. Sin c minus sin d. This is 2 cos c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. So 2 cos c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. Okay. Here 2x gets cancelled, 2h by 2. So 2x gets cancelled, only h will remain. So you have sin h here. And this you don't worry because ultimately h will be 0. So sin 2x, sin 2x under root. So 2 under root sin 2x will come for this. Now we will concentrate this is sin h. So you already have a h in the denominator. We have a h here. So sin h by h will be what? 1. Limit h tends to 0. Sin h by h is 1. This is 2 cos Now this h is also 0, put it here, 2x plus 2x is 4x, 4x 2 by 2. So you have 2x plus h, 2 cos 2x plus h by 2x plus h here. Let me show you here, 2x plus 2h plus 2x. So you can just write it as 2 cos, you can write it as x plus h plus x divided by 2. So ultimately what do you get? 2x plus h, 2 cos 2x plus h. So 2 cos 2x plus h for this, sin h by h already we have made it as 1, right? Now this is under root sin 2x and under root sin 2x. So this is 2 under root sin 2x, h, put h as 0. This h is 0, so 2 cos 2x you got. Here h is 0, so you have sin 2x, under root sin 2x, under root sin 2x, that is 2 under root sin 2x. So 2 under root sin 2x and 2 cos 2x in the numerator, 2 gets cancelled, cos 2x by under root sin 2x. This is the final one. Let me tell you, 2 cos 2x was already there. This will be 0, 2h is 0, so sin 2x, 2 sin 2x, under root. Now we have the fifth one. Now this is fx is sin x by x, sin x by x. So now let us come here. This is sin x plus h by x plus h minus sin x by x. Okay, h is already there in the denominator. So now take the LCM for numerator. So x sin x plus h sin x divided by x, h and x plus h. 3 term will be in the denominator, x, h and x plus h. Now what do you see here? First of all, sin x plus h is already there. So we open it, sin a plus b. We apply sin a plus b. So sin a cos b plus cos a sin b and multiply x. So first, solve it whichever way it is possible. Now, is it something possible we can take? Yes. X sin x cos h and minus x sin x. We can take x sin x common from here. From here we can take x sin x common. And what do you get inside? Cos h minus 1 by h. Cos h minus 1 by h. Right? Now you know how to do this. We have done a lot of question right now. Now this cos h minus, now h, x plus h, you can directly say h as 0, this x plus h as 0, and it will be x square. So every time you divide it by x square h. What I am trying to suggest is h, x plus h is in the denominator. First we have taken x and x common and it will be cos h minus 1 by h. Denominator you have h, x square, you can write because x plus h, is h, you can put 0. Now coming to the second term, x cos h sin h. Now we have sin h. So as I said, you have to take x, h and x plus h. You can take them separately also. So you can take in either way, because eventually what I am trying to suggest is h, x plus h, x plus h, you can always put h as 0. I am just applying the limit for x plus h. H is 0, x is x square, so h x square will be there in the denominator everywhere. Why? So this, I'll deal with the first one because we know that it is eventually be 0. Because cos h minus 1 by h, you know that it is going to be 0. We have done the question like this. You assume that we have x square in the denominator. You just assume. Now x cos x by x, 1x we have utilized. Now sin h by h, so h also we utilized, this h. Then 1 by x plus h, just take it, as I said, we are going to take it as 0. So we have taken it like this. So x cancel. Now coming to the third one, h sin x, you have also x square h. So h gets cancelled, you have sin x by x square. Sin x by x square, eventually sin x by x square will come. So just assume that sin x by x square is going to come, because limit h tends to 0, 1 by x plus h is going to be 1 by x only. So sin x by x square will come, right? For last time we have already seen. This is being solved. Now coming to, I am coming back to this one. Cos h minus 1 by h. You know that this is going to be 0. How? Cos h minus 1 is 2 sin square h by 2. Denominator you have h. Denominator, when you have h, you can put it as h by 4 and take one more h. So h square by 4. So you have taken h by 4 extra. So you have to multiply it by h by 4. This whole term is going to be 1. We have already seen this. This whole term is going to be 1. And h is already there, h by 4. Whatever is minus 2 or whatever is 4 doesn't matter because h is already there. So when we apply the limit, this h will make all the terms, the first term as 0. X sin has already x square in the denominator, but you don't have to worry about that. Why? Because h is already there. This whole term is going to be 0. So this whole term is 0. What about this x cos x by x? X cos x by x, as I said, x gets cancelled, you get only cos x. And sin h by h, limit h tends to 0 going to be 1. And 1 by x plus h is 0, so x will come. Or even if you apply h by x, hx square in the denominator, you have cos x by x. Sin h by h is 1. Either you take 1 by x plus h or 1 by x square, it's same. And this one, sin x by x. And as I told you, x plus h, you can take it as h as 0 or sin x by x h square. So you have sin x by x square and cos x by x. So cos x by x minus sin x by x square will come. And now you can take the LCM. So you have x square, you have x cos x minus sin x. This is the final term. So don't worry about this denominator. You can take it as hx x plus h. You can always take it as h into x square. Both way you are going to get the answer. Next is the next one is cos x by x. Now you know how to do this same thing, sin x by x. So I'll just go through this. So we have cos x plus h by x plus h minus cos x by x by h. Now take the cross multiplication or take the LCM. And now open this cos x plus h, cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Multiply x with this. Inside now x cos x, take common from this and this one. So x cos x you can take common. You get cos h minus 1 by h. I'm taking x cos x common from here. So x cos x, you have cos h minus 1 by h. 1 cos h minus 1 by h. Now you already have a h, x plus h. We'll deal with them later. Okay, because eventually this x plus h is going to be eliminated for the first term. So first term, see, this first term I'm taking cos h minus 1 by h. This is minus 2 sin square h by 2. H is already there. We need h square by 4. So h by 4 we have to multiply and divide. So this whole term will be sin h by 2 and y h by 2 whole square. This is going to be 1. And h is already there. So this h is going to make it is 0 when we apply the limit. So x cos x by x square was already there. X and x plus h, you can always write it as x square. So this h is already there. So it will take this as 0. And this whole is going to be 0. Now coming to this first term we have taken. Coming to x sin x. Now coming to x sin x sin h. Now this has x plus h. So sin h and h, just take them separately. So sin h by h, apply the limit. This is going to be 1. Now x sin x by x, you can take 1x with x sin x and apply the limit for 1 by x plus h separately also. X sin by x gets cancelled. So you only get sin x here. Sin h by h is going to be 1 and 1 by x plus h. So you have 1 by x. Once x gets cancelled, only x. So sin x by x will come. Coming to this one, cos x by x, h cos x. So cos x by h, x plus h. H gets cancelled. Cos x by x into x plus h, that is h is 0, so x square. So cos x by x square will come. So now you have sin x minus sin x by x and here cos x by x square. So you can take the LCM. This is the final answer. Now the seventh one. This is x square sin x. So this also needs some time. So I'll show it to you here only. X square sin x. So x plus h, fx plus h, x plus, wherever x is there, x plus h, please apply. And this is x square sin x will be there. Now just open this, x plus h whole square. So a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab. And then we have sin x plus h. So you have Now multiply this. So each term you have to multiply. There will be a long term, long expression will become. Don't worry about that. So just open this. So don't worry about this. Most of the things we are going to handle them. Now x square sin x cos h, this one, and you have x square sin x already. X square sin x cos h and x square sin x. Now you take common from here to here. These two, first and last term. Take x square sin x common. Okay. Now you get cos h minus 1 by h. Now we have dealt already with all the questions. This from here I am not going to explain it because it is going to be 0. It's going to be 0. So I hope you don't mind if I just skip it, because it's going to be 0. We already done this. So this is 0, right? Why? 2 sin square h by 2, and you have h square by 4. So you are including h by 4. So this term will be 1 and h is already we have included. So all the term will be 0 because h is 0. This is 0. Now coming to the second term. Now all the terms which are coming, just see. We'll deal one by one. Now the second term is x square cos x sin h. And you have a h in the denominator. So x square cos x you can take separately. And this is sin h by h. So it's going to be 1. So now you have x square cos x. So this is x square cos x. Now coming to the next term. Sin x. So this is h square sin x cos h. Now divided by h. So 1h will remain. H square sin x cos h. When you divide it by h, 1h will remain. So when you have 1h remaining, okay, 1h is already there. So you just apply the limit, whole term will be 0. So this term will be eliminated. Same with this one, h square cos x sin x. Divide by h, so 1h will remain, this whole will be eliminated. 1h will be there because only h is in the denominator. So this is going to be 0. Now coming 2x h sin x cos h. So h is there, so 2x sin x cos h will come because h gets cancelled. So 2x sin x cos h. When you take this cos h and apply the limit, cos 0 will be what? 1. So you will get 2x sin x. This is the term. Okay, x square cos x was there, the second term also we got. Now coming to the last term, 2x h cos x sin h. Now divide by h gets cancelled, so I have 2x cos x sin h. Now again sin 0, sin h, so sin 0 is going to be 0. So this whole term will also get eliminated. So yeah, x square cos x plus 2x sin x, this only will remain. Okay, so I'm not going to solve it because it will take a lot of time. Just explaining it to you here also. Now under root sine 3x plus 1. Under root sine 3x plus 1 is your fx. Now see, under root sine 3x x3, we are putting x as x plus h. So 3x plus 3h plus 1, here sine 3x plus h. Now when we have this kind of, as I told you, under root, you have to apply this RF always, rationalization factor. So multiply it by RF plus numerator denominator. So a minus b, a plus b, a squared minus b squared will come. So sine 3x plus 3h plus 1 and sinus 3x plus 1. Denominator don't worry because it's when you put h as 0, it will be under root sine 3x plus 1 plus sine 3x plus 1. So it will be 2 under root sine 3x plus 1. So this is, see, eventually it will be 2 under root sine 3x plus 1. The RF you introduced in the denominator, it is going to be twice of the term. Now you have to worry about this numerator now. What is this? Sine c minus sine d. So 2 cos c plus d by 2 and sine c minus d by 2. So 2 cos this plus this by 2, 3x plus 3h plus 1 plus 3x plus 1 by 2 and 3a minus also c minus d by 2. Now here no elimination is there. So you have 6x plus 3h by plus 2 by 2. Here 3x cancelled, 1 cancelled, 3h by 2. Now you have h already there. So sine 3h by 2. So you have to have h, this 3 by 2 just include. So 3 by 2 also you have to have in the numerator. This whole is going to be 1, sine theta by theta. 3 by 2 will come. 3 by 2. Now coming to this one, h is 0 here, limit extends to 0. So 6x plus 2 by 2. So you can take 3 common from here. So 3x plus 1 only will come, 2 gets cancelled. So 2 cos 3x plus 1 into 3 by 2, the first term. Now the denominator was already there. I told you earlier that when you put h as 0, it will be sine 3x plus 1 under root twice. So numerator you have 2 gets cancelled. So you have cos 3x plus 1, 3 cos 3x plus 1, and denominator you have twice of under root sin 3x plus 1. Okay. Now this is the 9th question. Okay. It's sin x plus cos x. It's sin fx is sin x plus cos x. So now just take fx plus h. And what is fx plus h? Sin x plus h plus cos x plus h and minus sin x minus cos x. This is fx. So we have taken negative, so it will be means subtracted, so minus sin x minus cos x. Now we'll take sin x together, sin term together and cos term together. And then we apply the formula sin c minus sin d and cos c minus cos d. Sin c minus sin d is what? And here cos c minus cos d is what? We have a formula. So this is 2 cos c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. Here it will be minus 2 sin c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. Now apply the formula. Now whatever term is coming, this is sin h by 2. You already have h, divide by 2, multiply by 2. This is going to be 1, 2 gets cancelled. So cos 2x plus h by 2, now apply h is 0 also, 2 gets cancelled. So only cos x will come and there is a 2 also. So 2 and 1 by 2 gets cancelled, so only cos x will come. Now here sin h by 2 is there. So we just have to worry about this. Divide by 2, multiplied by 2. And this is going to be 1, 2 gets cancelled. So only minus sin h is 0, 2 gets cancelled, only minus sin x will come. So this is minus sin x and previous one was cos x. Cos x minus sin x will come. So this is the final solution of this one. This is question number 4. So we have the questions related to tan. So fx is given as 10 square x. It's 10 square x. So what do we do here? Fx plus h minus fx by h. So wherever x is there, put x plus h. So if you see here, 10 square x plus h minus 10 square x by h. Now this is a squared minus b squared. So a minus b plus b. So a minus b plus b. A is tan x plus h. B is tan x. Okay. Now let us change it to sine and cos. So sine by cos, tan x plus h is, and tan x is sin x by cos x. So now let us take the LCM. So this is cos x sin x plus h and cos x plus h sin x. And in denominator you have cos x, cos square x plus h. Same thing here. So this cos x, there are 2 cos x, so it will be cos square x. There will be 2 cos x plus h, so there will be cos square x plus h. Now if you see, we have a formula of cos sin a cos b plus cos a sin b and sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. So what we will do? We will use the formula. Okay, so sin a cos b plus cos a sin b is sin a plus b. Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b is sin a plus b. And sin a cos b minus cos a sin b is sin a minus b. So we have sin a cos b plus cos a sin b is going to be sin a plus b. So sin x plus h plus x. Here a is x plus h and b is x. So sin x plus h plus x, what do you get? Sin 2x plus h. Now we have sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. So sin a minus b. So sin x plus h minus x. X cancel, you have h sin h. Now in the denominator you have h. Now denominator, as I said, cos square x and cos square x plus h is already there. Now this sin h and this h, we can take it separately. Wherever h is there, you apply the limit. Wherever h is not there, you can just keep it outside. Since cos square x doesn't have h, we will keep it outside. And this is sin 2x plus h, will take the limit. Sin h by h will take the limit. And cos square x plus h will take the limit. So again, wherever h is there, we will apply the limit. Okay. So we have sin 2x plus h. And sin h by h, of course, 1 it will be. And cos square x we have taken outside, so only cos square x plus h will be inside the limit. So h is 0 here, so it will be sin 2x only. 1 by cos square x is already there. Sin h by h is 1. and this is 1 by cos square, h is 0, so cos square x. So sin 2x by cos square x, cos square x. Now sin 2x can be written as 2 sin x cos x. Sin 2 theta is 2 sin theta cos theta. So same thing we are going to write here. 2 sin theta cos theta. So 2 as sin x cos x. Now 1 cos you can cancel. So 2 sin x will be in the numerator, and we have cos x cos square x. So you can have 1 cos x with this sign. You can put 1 cos with this sign and 1 by cos square separately. So this is tan x, 2 tan x, and 1 by cos square x goes up, so it will be sec square x. So 2 tan x sec square x will be the answer, final answer. Now this is tan 2x plus 1. Please remember this question and the next coming question will be exactly similar. This question, tan 2x and tan 2x plus 1 will be exactly similar, right? So what do we do? Okay, fx plus h minus fx plus h minus fx by h. So tan 2x plus 1 is what is given to us. So wherever x is there, put x plus h, and this will remain as same. So tan 2x plus 2h, now put it as sin by cos. So just take the LCM. Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b will come, and cos will be in the denominator. So sin a cos b minus cos a sin b will be sin a minus b. So 2x plus 2h plus 1 minus 2x minus 1. So this 2x cancel, 1 cancel. You will get only 2h. So this is not in the limit. Cos 2x you can take it outside, 2x plus 1. So only sin 2h will remain. So you have in the denominator h. So you can have a 2 here and here, so that you get 2h in the denominator. So what about this? Cos 2x plus 2h plus 1. Now put h as 0. So you will get 1 by cos 2x plus 1. This is 1 by cos 2x plus 1. This is going to be 1. Only 2 will remain. So 2 is already there. Now cos square 2x plus 1. This can go up. So 2 sec square 2x plus 1 will come. Now same thing here. Exactly same thing. So fx is tan 2x. So exactly similar to the previous one. So I'll just go through it. Fx plus h minus fx by h, tan 2x plus 2h minus tan 2x by h. So you can write it as sin by cos. Again sin a cos b minus cos a sin b it will be. Denominator you have cos and cos. So this will be sin a minus b, 2x plus 2h minus 2x gets cancelled. So sin 2h will remain in the numerator. You have this, wherever h is there, you apply the limit. So 1 by cos 2x you can take outside, there is no h. Sin 2x is there, 2h is there, so we have h in the denominator, so you can have 2 numerator, 2 denominator. What about cos 2x plus 2h? This is limit h tends to 0, 1 by cos 2x plus 2h. So this is sin theta by theta, that is going to be 1. This is h is 0, so cos 2x. So we have 2 cos, means twice cos 2x. So cos square 2x, so it goes up. 2 sec square 2x will come. Now this is under root 10x. So as I said, under root 10x. Wherever under root will come, this is highly likely that you have to apply the multiplication by the RF. So this is under root 10x. Now let us see if fx plus h minus fx. So under root 10x plus h minus under root 10x by h. Now you have to multiply it by the RF. That is, take the plus sign and multiply numerator denominator. So fx plus h minus fx by h. So you have this a minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square. So root gets cancelled. 10x plus h minus 10x. Don't worry about the denominator because h is going to be 0 and tan x under root. So twice under root 10x will come. See in the denominator you have 2 under root 10x. This is. So don't worry about the denominator. Just worry about the numerator. So now this is, you can write it as sin by cos. So it will be sin a cos b minus cos a cos sin b. Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, and denominator you have cos and cos. This is sin a minus b. So x plus h minus x. X plus h minus x cancel. It will be only sin h. Only sin h will be there. What about denominator? You have h here. Okay. Now this sin h by h. Now sin h by h limit apply here. Now you can apply limit here also. and this, just put h as 0, okay, here. So we have cos x plus h is there, and as I said, don't worry about this thing, you have to worry about sin h by h. This is 1. Now put 0, under root tan x is twice under root tan x. This is 0, cos x is cos square x. So this goes up, this is sec square x, so sec square by 2 under root tan x. Sec square x by 2 under root tan x will come. So now this is question number 5. So we have the equation form in which root is inside. The root is inside sine and cos and tan. So the things remain same. Okay, just see this question very carefully. The question can be tan root x, question can be tan x raised 3 by 2. So x raised to something will come. So sine under root 2x. Now this sine x plus h means x is x plus h. So 2x plus 2h will be fx plus h minus fx. That is this same thing, sine under root 2x by h. Now what can you do here? Because this is fx plus h minus fx by h. Now this is sine c minus sine d. Sine c minus sine d. So sine c minus sine d is 2 sine c minus d by 2 cos c plus by 2. Sine c minus sine d is 2 sine c minus d by 2. This is 2 sine c minus d by 2. This is c minus d by 2. C plus d by 2. So we'll just make it as plus. This is c minus d by 2. This is divided by 2 also. And this is plus. This is also plus. This is also plus. This is also plus. Okay. Now, so what we will do here is, this is under root 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x. Denominator you have h. Since you have to have under root 2x plus h or 2x plus h, so we have to convert this h in certain way so that we get the numerator. So h is there. First of all, just take 2, multiply it by 2. So you have to multiply 2. So you have to, this is in the denominator. So you have to multiply 2 in the numerator also. So this 2 has come from the 2 sine and cos, and this 2 has come from this h. So 2 number of 2's are there. Now 2h is there, so you need 2x plus 2h. So you can add a 2x, you can subtract a 2x. Okay. Now 2x plus 2h, it is in under root. So now still we have something to do. So what you can do is, you can take this 2x plus 2h as under root. If I take under root and square, it will be same term. Here also if I take under root and square, it will be the same term. So you have a squared minus b squared formula. Okay. So a is 2h plus 2x and b is 2x. What I am trying to suggest is 2x plus 2h. If you square it, it will be 2x plus 2h. And this also, under root 2x whole square is 2x. And 2x plus 2h minus 2x is 2h. And 2h, because numerator has 2 already, we have done it. So it will be h. So h can be written in this form. So you can write it as 2x plus 2h plus under root 2x, a plus b, and a minus b. Under root 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x, a plus b, a minus b. So this is a plus b, a minus b. H we have written finally like this one. We started with h and we have got this. Okay, this is the only concept here. So now this sine term, because you see here, it's sine under root 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x by 2. And here you have under root 2x plus 2h minus under root 2x. And we can have a 2 in the denominator. You need a 2. Because we need sine theta by theta. Sine theta by theta we need. So just divide by 2. And you can have a 2 for multiplication also. So 2, this has come. So this whole is sine theta by theta. This is sine theta by theta. That is why we have done all these. This is sine theta by theta. Now just forget about it. This is going to be 1. 1, 2 you can cancel. Only 2, 1, 2 remains. So only 1, 2 will remain. Now we have already done sine theta by theta 1. Now coming here. Now put h wherever it is. This we have already done, 1. Now coming here. So we can apply the limit. So I'm applying the limit to, this is already there, 2 cos. Now, inside this we have h0. So 2h0. So under root 2x plus under root 2x. This will be twice under root 2x. Here also we are applying the limit. So this is twice under root 2x. Okay, in the numerator, it's twice under root 2x. 2 gets cancelled, of course. So cos, this is twice under root 2x, and 2 was there, so we cancelled it. So cos under root 2x by under root 2x will come. So this other questions are also going to be done like this. So we have fx equals cos under root x. So fx plus h minus fx by h. So cos under root x plus h minus cos under root x by h. Cos c minus cos d. So cos c minus cos d is minus 2 sin c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. Minus 2 sin c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. So c is under root x plus h and d is under root x. Of course we have h here, and you know how to convert this h. So we have to add x and subtract x. So just add x and subtract x. Now still we need root. So you just take the root and square it. It will be the same term. Take root and under square it. Now this is a square minus b square. So a minus b, a plus b. Under root x plus h plus under root x and under root x plus h minus under root x. Okay. So this is what we got. Now just see this minus term. Plus will not give any trouble to us. Because h is 0, under root x will be twice under root x. So we have to see this, the other one. So we have sin under root x plus h minus under root x by 2. So since we have in the denominator now, which term? We just got it. On the left I just showed you. So this under root x plus h minus under root x, we have to divide it by 2, multiply by 2. That is what this has been done. 2 and 2 has come like this only. Okay, minus 2 was already there. And this whole term, when we apply the limit, it is going to be 1. How? Sin theta by theta equals 1. Limit theta tends to 0. So this is going to be 1. Okay, this is what is shown here. Sin theta by theta is going to be 1. Now negative is there. Okay, this is what? This is going to be 1. What about plus term? Plus term. Minus is already there. There is no other term. This sin theta by theta goes. Now h is 0. Now applying limit. So 2 under root x by 2. Here will be h is 0. So 2 twice under root. This already done. Under root x and under root x is twice under root x. 2 under root x. So negative is already there. This is the final term. Okay. 10 under root x. So same thing we have to do. So 10 under root x fx plus h. So 10 under root x plus h minus 10 under root x by h. So this is, now this either you can do sin a by cos, sin by cos. This is what you have to do. Sin a, and there is a direct formula. Even if you do sin a by cos a, same thing will come. Of course, we have already seen that if you write 10 under root x plus h by as sin under root x plus h and cos under root x plus h, and 10 under root x as sin a under root x by cos under root x, after cross multiplication it will be sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. So it will be sin a minus b only. So eventually it will be sin a minus b. That is what you see here in the formula. So you can just write sin a minus b, that is sin under root x plus h minus under root x, divided by cos a cos b, which is cos under root x plus h and cos under root x. Okay. This is the direct way. So this is tan. You will write it as sin by cos minus cos by sin by cos. So sin cos theta 1 theta 2 is different. So sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, it will be sin a minus b. This is theta 1 theta 1. This is theta 2. So sin theta 1 cos theta 1 minus cos theta 1 sin theta 2. This is going to be, and denominator you have cos. Now if you see this above term and denominator term, we already know how to change this h we have to convert it into x plus and x minus. Then take under root and square it. Take under root and square it. And a minus b, a plus b, just open it. Under root x plus h minus under root x and under root x plus h plus under root x. This is plus term and this is minus term into under root x plus h minus under root x. A plus b, a minus b. Now this has come. We started with h. Okay. Now what is this? Sine theta by theta. This is theta. Don't will not talk about that whole term. Sine theta by theta. And sine theta by theta, if we apply a limit, what do you get? It's going to be 1. And this is plus. So this is going to be 1, of course. So this is going to be 1. And what about this? 1 by under root x plus h plus under root x. So h is 0. So under root x is twice under root x. This is h is 0. So cos under root x and cos under root x will be twice. This is cos square under root x. Cos and cos square under root x. Cos go up. So sec square under root x. Denominator you have 2 under root x. So let me tell you again. This is 1. Here and twice under root x. This is cos and cos. So cos square under root x. We'll take it in the numerator. It will be sec square under root x. So this is sec square under root x by twice under root x. Now we have 10x square. Same thing we are going to do. Fx plus h minus fx by h. So 10x plus h whole square minus 10x square by h. Now this you can directly, we have seen just now, we can directly apply the formula. So 10a minus 10a minus 10b is sine a minus b by cos b. So just use this formula because we have just seen how this formula has come. So sine a minus b, x plus h whole square minus x square. A is x plus h whole square and b is x square. And here cos a cos b, that is cos x plus h whole square and cos x square. What about this x plus h whole square? It will be x square plus h square plus 2xh. And here we have minus x square. X square cancelled, you have h square plus 2xh inside sign. So inside sign you have h and h square plus 2hx. So how to get h square plus 2hx in the denominator? We don't have anything like right here. Don't worry about this cos term. Eventually it will be this h is 0. If we put x plus h is 0, it will be cos x square and cos x square. So it will be cos square x square. Numerator it will be sec square x square. This is x square. So don't worry about this cos term. It will be sec square x square. So we have sine h square plus 2hx. We have a denominator h. So how to do this? Let us write this h square plus 2hx first as h square plus 2hx as h you can take common. H plus 2x. H plus 2x. Now, we already have a h in the denominator. We just need h plus 2x. So multiply h plus 2x in the numerator and denominator both. So now this is sine theta by theta form. This is sine theta by theta form. Okay. And then we have h plus 2x. So this whole is sine theta by theta form. This one. H plus 2x is there. Extra. So h plus 2x and we have cos x plus h whole square and cos x square. Put 0. So you see denominator will be cos x square and cos x square because h we have done 0. Numerator will be h plus 2x. H plus 2x. Now this h is 0. Applying the limit 2x and this is sec square x square. When it goes up because it is cos square x square in the denominator. So 2x into sec square x square is the answer. Now this is question number 6. Now here all the questions are NCERT question. NCERT question. 4 questions. These 4 questions we have already done. This kind of questions we have already done and these are NCERT questions. So we'll solve it. Okay. Minus x. So fx plus h minus fx. So minus x plus h. I'm putting x as x plus h. Minus this minus x and divided by h. Limit applying here. So this is minus x minus h and this is plus x. This gets cancelled. Minus h by h. H cancel. You have minus 1. So limit h tends to 0 and you have minus 1. So don't worry about the limit, it will be minus 1 only. Now next is minus x raised to the power minus 1. So anything to the power minus 1 is 1 by that thing. So x raised minus 1 is 1 by x. So this is minus x raised to the power minus 1. It's simply minus means 1 by minus x, that is minus 1 by x only. This is minus 1 by x. Okay. Now let us apply the first principle. Minus 1 by x plus h, minus 1 by x, minus, and this is minus 1 by x. So minus of minus 1 by x. Okay, this is h. So what do you get here? Limit h tends to 0. So minus 1 by x plus h, I am dealing the numerator. This is minus minus plus, so I am taking it in the first place. So 1 by x, this is because minus minus is plus, so we can write it here also. 1 by x minus 1 by x minus x plus h. This is a x plus h minus x by x plus x into x plus h. X cancel, you already have this h in the denominator. Take this h, cancel it. So we have 1 by x plus h. Now apply the limit h as 0. Apply the limit h as 0, you have 1 by x square. So this is the final result. Now you have sin x plus 1. These all 4 questions are NCERT. Sin x plus 1, so sin x plus h plus 1 and minus sin x plus 1 divided by h. This is 2 cos. This is sin c minus sin a minus sin b, or sin c minus sin d. So this is 2 cos a plus b by 2. See, the formula is on the lower right. So 2 cos a plus b by 2 sin a minus b by 2. 2 cos x plus h plus 1 plus x plus 1 by 2 and sin x plus h plus 1 minus x minus 1 by 2. So here what do you get? X and x is 2x. H will remain as like this, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2x plus 2 plus h. Here x gets cancelled. 1 gets cancelled. You have sin h by 2. Now h is already in the denominator. So you need a 2 here. You need a 2 here. 2 has already come. So this 2 and this 2. And this whole sin theta by theta is going to be 1. This is 1. This 2 gets cancelled. You have cos 2x plus 2 and h by 2. Now I put h as 0. Apply limit, h tends to 0. So just put h as 0, 2x plus 2 by 2. So you can take 2 common. X plus 1 by 2, 2 gets cancelled. You have cos x plus 1. Only cos x plus 1 will come. This is cos x plus 1. So I'm just going through, because that is why I have given you solution. Everywhere the solution is in front of you, so that you just get the concept of the question. You don't get stuck. That is why the answer is always in front of you. Now fx is cos x minus pi by 8. We'll do it here only. So let me write first cos x plus h minus pi by 8. I'm writing for fx plus h. Here fx. So you have cos x minus pi by 8 and divided by h. So limit h tends to 0. H tends to 0. Now this is cos c minus cos d. So this is minus 2 sin c plus d by 2 and sin c minus d by 2. Minus 2 sin c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. Okay. So this is, let us add these. X plus h minus pi by 8 plus x minus pi by 8. So I'll just show you here only. So minus 2 sin x plus c plus d, x plus h plus x minus twice minus pi by 8 will come. So x and x is 2x, h is already there, and minus pi by 8 and minus pi by 8 is minus 2 pi by 8. Okay, this is done. Coming to sin c minus d by 2. Sin, so this minus this. So x plus h minus pi by 8. This is not plus, I'll just change it. X plus h minus pi by 8 and minus x pi by 8. So since I said it is negative pi by 8, so pi by 8 get cancelled. Also, if you see, x also gets cancelled. So only h by 2 will remain. Only h by 2 will remain. So now we are again same thing we are getting sin h by 2. So we have to change that denominator h to this. So here you get sin h by 2 because pi by 8 x gets cancelled. Only h is there. H by 2 actually. And this is h by 2. So you can have a h by 2 here. So multiply to denominator and numerator. So this is h by 2, this is sin h by 2, sin h by 2 is going to be 1. This 2 gets cancelled, only negative remains. This is sin, now 2x plus h minus pi by 8. Now apply the limit here. Okay, h is 0, 2x minus 2 pi by 8 by 2 it is. 2 pi by 8, so 2 you can take common or you can cancel it. It will be sin x minus pi by 8. And you have also a negative in front. Okay, this is the final answer. Minus sin x minus pi by 8. Okay. Okay, sir. This is exercise number 30.2. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.